So disappointed, but so proud of this team. Arsenal, is that all you've got? Is that all you've got? The mighty Arsenal, the 7 years you spent building this team, and against 10 men Chelsea for over 50 minutes. That's all you could produce. Have some shame. Utterly dreadful performance from Arsenal. And you were just lucky. You were lucky it wasn't 11v11 because you would have been taken to the cleaners and we would have slapped you up. Simple as that. Arsenal very lucky today. And the fact that I've come away from that game that we've played against the top of the league with a man down for 50 minutes and I'm disappointed to come away with a draw goes to show how far this team has come. There was blood, tears, and respect in this team today. We were everywhere. Everyone to a man was superb. We understood the task at hand fully. We pressed the life out of Arsenal. We allowed them no time on the ball, and we made them look so average. So average. The team was spot on today, no issues with it whatsoever. Garnacho obviously dropped out with Joao Pedro coming in. And then, as you were, with the big game set up, very simple. And we know exactly, the way we're going to set up. We know exactly how we're going to be tactically. And we know exactly what this setup can do and how well we can play in this system with the personnel in those positions. And look, focusing on ourselves only, fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Really deserved a point. On another day, it should have been the 3. It really should have been. Reece James. Absolutely world class. Different level. All the chat before the game, these Arsenal fans, Jurgen Timber's better than Reece James. Have some shame. Have some respect. Know who you're speaking about. Not only is Reece James the best right back in the world, he was world class in midfield today. He was top draw. Caicedo wasn't even on the pitch for over half the game. And Declan Rice still wasn't the best midfielder on the pitch. Reece James, special player. What a performance by him today. I think that could be one of the best performances he's put in a Chelsea shirt. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. World class wherever he plays. I'm just so gutted about the red. And we can have no complaints. Caicedo has been out of this world for Chelsea over the last year, 2 years. But he made a mistake and he let us down today. It happens. It's disappointing. It changed the game. We win that 11v11. I promise you now, Chelsea win that game 11v11. Very simple. We absolutely do. But I cannot find the words to describe how good Reece James is at this point. There are no words. There are no words whatsoever. No words at all. Incredible performance. There's literally nothing more to say on that front. I felt the only disappointing thing today was we lacked quality in the final third. Pedro Neto, I felt played very well. If he just had a bit more end product, a bit more quality, he'd honestly be one of the best wingers in the world. He really would be. Just end product letting him down a little bit at times. Esteban in the first half wasn't particularly good. Didn't really get into the game too much. Wasteful with a couple of opportunities. You would expect a little bit better from him. Garnacho was okay. And Delap was okay when he came on. But if I'm just being really nitpicky, today I'm just a bit disappointed with the quality in the final third. We just needed that little bit more. Joao Pedro I felt was poor. He should have. There were 2 opportunities in the first half where he should have done a lot better. Got in some really good positions, did some nice work, and then when you're screaming for him to shoot, he decides not to. So yeah, there's definitely a few little bits and pieces to work on. But the biggest thing for me today, the shift in mentality, and fair play to Enzo Maresca. The last 2 times that we went down to 10 men, we completely capitulated and completely folded. Maresca waved the white flag and took off all our attacking players, left us with no out ball, and basically surrendered. This time, he showed that he's learned from it. Against the top of the league, against the best side, arguably in Europe on current form, he stuck with it. He stuck with the same system. Everyone dug in. Everyone did their job. And fair play to him for learning from his mistakes, because you honestly wouldn't know that we had 10 men in that game. You really wouldn't. Arsenal didn't really do anything 11v11, and they did barely anything 10v11. The one goal that they did get is annoying because Cucurella doesn't stop the cross, and then the marking in the box. Why is Mikel Moreno free header in the 6-yard box? That can't be happening. We've defended so well over the last few games, but that just wasn't quite that moment there. We let ourselves down from a defensive standpoint. But Robert Sanchez, I've got to give him praise. And look, it's looking like I could be wrong on what I've been saying about Robert Sanchez. Fair play to him, and another top performance. And really, red card aside against United, he's been outstanding. Collecting crosses, made a couple of really important saves, top draw saves, commanding the area well, and just a really solid, reliable presence that you can actually start to trust in goal, which has not always been the case during his Chelsea career. So fair play to him for that. And he's continuing to win me over. So I'm more than happy to be wrong on this one, but I'll need to see this level of performance from him on a consistent basis, over the remainder of the season. But I'm so proud of this team. So proud of this team. I'm just disappointed, but there's so much to be pleased about. As I said, it's been a brilliant week. The win against Burnley, the win against the win against Burnley, Barca, and then the draw today. I mean, I would have taken a point before the game, but given the circumstances, we should have had more. It should have been more. And Arsenal can count themselves very, very lucky. Very, very lucky, that they got away with it. Very lucky. Disappointing performance by Arsenal. Really disappointing from Arsenal. But superb from us. Taylor, again, I thought he tried to make the game all about himself. They were just bookings for pretty much every single foul. The red card, in fairness, he gave a yellow beforehand, and it got upgraded. Obviously, do we just want some consistency? The Benton core tackle on Reece James at Spurs, very, very similar. Doesn't get a red card. Caicedo does get a red card. All we're asking for is consistency in those decisions, and that's disappointing as well. Fair play to Trevor Chalobah as well. Thought he had a very, very good game. Gets the goal from the corner, a really nice, well-worked set piece, and good to give Arsenal a taste of their own medicine on that front. But just really proud. Just really, really proud. We stuck in. We didn't fold. We gave it absolutely everything. And if we can play like that or anywhere near that level we've shown in the last 2 games, today and Barcelona, then there's no reason why we can't be within 3 to 6 points off the top of the league in come February, March time. This shows that I think now people are starting to take notice of us. The win against Barcelona and now this performance today, people are now going to start treating Chelsea with a bit more respect, I think we have to be treated with more respect, and teams need to be taking us more seriously, because we are a very, very good team, a very, very good outfit. And the fact that we're unfortunate to only get a point in this game shows how far we've come. It really has. And I'm delighted with what I've seen. Absolutely delighted. Absolutely delighted. So fair play. We can be so proud of that. So proud of what we did. And now it's all about following it up. There's no point putting a performance like this and then going to Leeds on Wednesday and dropping points. You've got to push on. You've got to keep the consistency going. You've got to keep the momentum going. And I really do believe that we can. We're playing well. We've got the options to rotate. We've got the quality in the squad. We've got the depth in the squad for players to come in and do a job. And I think we can feel really excited. Another big week coming up. A lot of the games coming up are away from home. Leeds and Burnley away. Atalanta away. Then obviously it's Everton at home. We'll be out without Caicedo for those 3 games. Obviously he can play in the Champions League. So the only silver lining from the Caicedo red card is the fact that he will now finally get a rest, and maybe he can fully recover from that injury that he's had. That's the only positive. But a draw after 60 minutes with 10 men, dare I say it, easy for us with the 10. Arsenal should have had a man sent off as well. Hincapié elbowing Chalobah. Don't know why that wasn't looked at by VAR. That should have been a red. They played awful football. Only one team wanted to win that game. and it was us. Only one team wanted to win it, and it was Chelsea. But yeah, really proud of this team. Proud of the players. Proud of the way that we played. Proud of the way that we committed ourselves. Proud of the way that we died on that pitch and left everything out there. We went to war today. Everyone gave 110% for the badge. Yes, disappointed that Cole Palmer didn't come on. Would have been nice to see him. But obviously, given he's been out for over 2 months, the circumstances of the game didn't really lend themselves to putting him in the mix. We'll see him against Leeds and we'll see him against Bournemouth. But yeah, so frustrating, isn't it? So frustrating, because that first win against Arsenal since 2018 at Stamford Bridge was absolutely there for the taking. It was there. And we just fell away, didn't we? We just fell away right at the end. One moment. But I'm telling you, we'll be back. And we show we've got mentality. We have got the mentality now. The mentality is there. There's been a mentality shift. Maresca deserves huge credit for that. The players deserve huge credit for that. And let this be a warning to everyone else in the Premier League. Treat us seriously. Treat Chelsea with respect, because we're a serious outfit and we're going to win a lot of football matches this season. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Smash the like, subscribe if you're new around here, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you lot in another one soon. Up the Chelsea, and we're out. Love.